So, I just finished reading I Am Legend, and I thought I'd post a quick review. This story, this novel, was published in 1954, and it takes place in 1976. First and foremost, this was astounding. Truly amazing. Definitely ahead of its time, considering it was written about 50 years ago. Anyway, the concept of this story is about a man who is a survivor of the vampire plague. His name is Robert Neville. He was married and had a daughter by the names of Virginia and Kathy. Kathy was the little girl. Virginia was his wife. They were both victims of this plague, the germ. He theorizes why garlic, crosses, mirrors, the stake through the heart affects these creatures. So he experiments on a few of them, and he comes to realize that staking a vampire through the heart isn't necessarily how, it's not part of the cliche. It can be, stabbed in the leg, or the arm, or the stomach. It can be stabbed anywhere and still die. And his reasoning for that was because of air getting inside the wound and killing away the germ, and it causes them to decompose. And most of the vampires in the story were reanimated. They were already dead, and then the germ got inside of the corpse and reanimated their bodies or whatever. And then also the living were infected by this germ. And this general story of I Am Legend was influential to the zombie apocalypse by, George A. Romero and different people. But anyway, he sees this woman walking in the field, and she's walking during the daylight, so he's like, she can't be infected, she's walking in the daylight. So he chases after her, and she runs away from him, and then he kind of kidnaps her and takes her hostage, and he wants to make sure that she's not infected, because if she is, he wants to help her get cured. And so he injects a needle into her arm and takes her blood and figures out that she is infected. And she knocks him out and leaves him a note and says that she was spying on him to gather all this information to see what all he knew about vampires, and he had told her his theories to what causes vampires to be afraid of crosses and mirrors, which he believes is a psychological development to the vampire before, like whenever they were alive. If they were Jewish or atheist or Christian, they had no reason to fear the cross. But that applies to the mirror as well, as far as believing that being a demon is sinful, so they're afraid to look at themselves as they are after they become a vampire, if that makes any sense. But Ruth tells him that they're going to be killing off the dead, the ones that were reanimated, and create a new society with the living, or the newly living vampires. And so some specific events happen. I'm not going to explain because it's the end of the story, but I've never read or seen anything that was, portrayed very well as far as the vampires go. Modern day vampires aren't that appealing or intriguing, and I Am Legend was truly an amazing story, and I give it a 5 out of 5, and I highly recommend it to any thrill-seeking readers who would be interested in reading this particular book. It's pretty awesome. That's pretty much it for the review. Thank you for watching.